I don't have enough money. Oh my goodness, these were words that I used to utter all the time. And I sometimes forget, after all of the money mindset work that I've done on my experience over the last few years, and a lot of what those of you who are in Lovely Radical Academy start to learn about money mindset, it can be hard to go back to that space of like having no awareness of the finances and no awareness of what money you do have or don't have. And I thought I would come in and set a little challenge today for anyone who wants to spend more money on themselves. And I'm wondering how many of you are triggered when I say that, who think, I need to spend more money on the kids, I need to spend more money on this or that, or my bills, or I need to pay this and I need to do this. And that's great. And I'm wondering if you've realized that money is energy. That's all it is. It's actually made up. We made it up not actually that long ago as a race. And it's energetic. And so it flows constantly somewhere. And it's just like how we create our reality. What we focus on expands. What we focus on, our brain finds more of. So if we're focusing on the lack of money, we actually don't see the abundance of it. And most of us are watching me right now on a cellular phone, which is worth about $1,000, right? So we're actually not that hard done by. And so I'm wondering where you might be focusing on the lack so much that you're not realizing the abundance that you have. And I know for me, when I first started to want to invest in myself, so to invest in my education, to get my coach that I got over a year ago, to invest in my further education, to invest in my health, all the things that I knew I needed to do to really skyrocket my dreams, I was like, I don't have any money, I don't have this, I don't have that. And yet I had no idea. I had no relationship with my money at all. Like, I never looked at my bank account. I had two bank accounts, like incomings and savings. I had no relationship with my money except to be like, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to deal with this, just hopefully there's enough there. And by changing that and flipping that and getting really intimate with money, as if money was like a best friend, as if it was your like partner even, the more money can start to know where to flow to you. And I'm wondering if every time you get money, is it going to the kids, the bills, the partner, the things that have to be paid for? I'm wondering if there's maybe things that you spend money on that make us feel nice and aren't actually contributing to your bigger goal of happiness, of better health, of more money coming into your bank account, of self-love, a better relationship. And so the task that I'm setting for you guys today is something that I normally only do if you're in the private level of LRA. So you're getting some high-end coaching stuff here. And I'm not actually going to go all the way into it because it will be just probably too high of a concept. I'd love for each and every one of you, if this is just an if, you might not want to invest in yourself at all. You might just be in this group and just floating along and loving the content, and that's awesome. I love that for you. I love it. And I'm really excited for you to take a further step for yourself at some stage, whether that's with me or with anyone else. And for those who want to create the abundance to be able to invest in their own future, whatever that is, this is the task. Go and open up your banking app. And I want you to scroll through every single day for the last 30 days and write down every single incoming and every single outgoing. And then I want you to get really honest with yourself how much of the outgoings are contributing to the bigger vision. Do we need to get the nails done? Do we need to buy all those extra snacks at the supermarket? You know, there's certain things that could take a back seat for a minute so that you can create the money to invest in your health, so that you can create the money to, you know, buy that course or something that you wanted to do so you can learn something new, or obviously to invest in what what I do, which is going to get you there a lot faster. How can you connect better with your money? Because a lot of the time we have that auto of like, I just can't afford it. We have the auto response of like, I don't have the money there. This was me in the past. I said this to a number of different people, only to sit down and look at my finances and be like, wow, I did not need to buy chocolate 3 times that week. I did not need to be buying the coffee every day. I was never much of a coffee drinker, but man, there's people who drink like 3 coffees a day. Like, that's a lot of money. That's a coach. And then they'd have, if they took on a coach, they'd have a shit ton more money by the end of it to have coffee like home delivered to them. And so it's about breaking out of that autopilot response that's been programmed into us. And I'm wondering where you learned the phrase, I can't afford it. I'm wondering where you learned the phrase, I don't have enough, and who taught you that, and why that's an auto response. And I'm wondering how close you are with your finances, and if you actually audit them like that every single week or every single month, to hold yourself accountable for maybe where you're tapping your card, where it may feel great in the moment, and I wholeheartedly advise to still buy things and do things that make you feel great, and could some of those take a back seat so that you can invest in things that are going to create health, better mindset, better relationships, better abundance, so that a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, you have so much abundance in that space that you can tap your card on anything you want. Does that make sense? So it's about breaking out of instant gratification that so much of us are programmed with, to really know that bigger vision and to create a game plan to get there. Because it's easy to say, yeah, one day I'll do that. It's easy to say I'll do that when I have enough money or when I feel like it. And yet if you don't have any of these kind of practices in place, you're actually not going to get there. And that's what most of society is doing, because we don't get taught about any of these skills in school. So we're just running a program from our parents and from schooling and only ever just getting by. And that doesn't just one day change magically. The work has to be done. So if you are keen for that, this is probably going to be most of you, like, oh God, I don't want to look at my bank accounts. I get it. It was so much resistance for me when I first did it. And it was the difference between me staying stuck, having to work multiple jobs and coach at the same time, to being a full-time coach, having additional businesses and helping people all around the world. And that's part of my vision. And then in a year's time from now, or maybe less, it's looking like, I'm going to be able to add to that and have the retreats for you guys, for the clients that are in this space, and have travel together and do all sorts of juicy things and have gifts and all that kind of stuff. And the more I do that, the more that's growing my vision, right? And so I'm wondering what your vision is, and I'm wondering if you're keen to create some awareness of your money so that you can start to place it in places that are going to get you to your goal and get you to your vision. So awesome when you do. And a side note, and this is big concept stuff, the closer you get with your money, the more it flows to you from multiple sources unexpectedly. It's like a magic trick, and I'm excited for you to experience it. Anyway, I'm going to pop off now. Happy Sunday. I hope that's helpful, and I'm wondering who of you are actually going to take the challenge. Let me know if you do.